Day, though, some sunshine, feeling more like springtime, highs into the lower 70s, near 75 later Wednesday. For lunch or dinner, come to Guthrie's, home of the original golden fried delicious chicken finger with their special world famous sauce. Open daily, locations in Trenton, Signal Mountain, and Ringgold. Go get Guthrie's, it's always good. And I'm 1412 Chief Meteorologist Patrick Core. On AM 1240, Hot News Talk Radio.
Here comes Dale Earnhardt Jr. He's got third. He's going for second. Earnhardt going for the lead.
The NASCAR Sprint Cup Series is on the Motor Racing Network.
Hot News Talk 1240.
Hear it live on the Motor Racing Network, the voice of NASCAR.
Check it out live on Chattanooga's official NASCAR radio station.
Hot News Talk 1240.
I'm trying to learn an instrument, and that might sound like something that's not at all tech related, right? Like, what does learning an instrument have to do with apps or technology or smartphones or anything, really? Well, quite a lot, believe it or not. See, here's what's happening. I'm trying to learn guitar. Just to give you an idea, I'm trying to learn the acoustic guitar for the present moment. And I think I'm a pretty fast learner with most everything, but music is an entirely new thing for me. I listen to a lot of music. Ask anyone who knows me well. I listen to a lot of music from varying genres, and that doesn't put me above anybody. It's just to give you an example of what I do. I listen to a lot of music because I've always been into it. And I've been trying to learn an instrument just recently because I realized, I listen to so much music, I may as well try to play it too. My mom plays piano pretty well, but something that I realized I have access to that even the previous generation didn't is the phone. My smartphone. I'm actually learning guitar with the help of my smartphone, and there's an app for that I've been using that's incredible. It's absolutely incredible. It's called Ultimate. Let me bring it up here just so I know I'm not wrong. Ultimate Guitar. And it's $2.99, and it's from Ultimate Guitar USA LLC. It's only $2.99 for the app. It's actually seriously one of the best apps I have on my phone. It's amazing because I can learn all the tabs. I can learn all of the chords and such. And I'm learning theory too. I'm not just focusing on, I can play Smoke on the Water. I don't want to limit myself to that. So I am learning theory as well. And I'm doing that with YouTube. So there's so much that can be learned just from one device. If I had a guitar and a smartphone and infinite amount of time, I guarantee, and infinite amount of electricity too to charge the smartphone, I guarantee you, and internet access, I guarantee you I could become pretty good at guitar, at least proficient at it. And I think that's an amazing thing to consider, where I don't need, and I might benefit from one, but I don't necessarily need a independent, a hired teacher that I spend money on in order to learn the instrument. Now, that's not to say that you're wasting your money on guitar lessons, because I think I would definitely benefit from getting lessons. But still, it's amazing to think of that in this present day and age, the 21st century now, we can learn an instrument without actually having to pay more than $2.99. And that's really just an amazing thing. It's amazing on so many levels. So the Ultimate Guitar app on smartphone, I use it on my Android phone, but you can use it on your iPhone, is really one of the best apps for learning guitar, if not the best. It also has a website. If you sign up for the website with your app credentials, with your account, then you can access it from your computer too. So it's really great. I've been using it for a while now, and I'm actually learning stuff. I'm only a week into it, and I can play one or two songs already, and I'm learning about notes and theory and chords and such. And it's an amazing experience. It's very eye-opening, because I always sort of convinced myself that I could just never learn an instrument, and now here I am learning an instrument. Go figure. So that's the Ultimate Guitar app on your smartphone. Ultimate Guitar. I'm not being paid to talk about it by any means, but it really is one of the best apps for learning guitar, if not the best. And I use it all the dang time. And I've been using it. It's been open on my phone for like a week straight, basically, just reading and watching videos on YouTube. And that's something that people perhaps don't consider, is YouTube for learning things. If you're trying to make a repair on your car, or if you're trying to learn how to do something, maybe you're trying to learn how to put a doorknob in your door that you just bought at Home Depot or wherever, you can actually learn how to do these things through YouTube. The YouTube app on your smartphone is incredibly useful, because now you don't have to get up and go to your computer and then run back to whatever you're doing and then get up from that and go back to the computer. I was using a tutorial on YouTube to show me how to replace the car radio in my car. And now I can, without a tutorial, replace the car radio on my car. But the important thing is I was using my phone in my car outside of my house to watch that video. I didn't have to keep going back and forth from the computer to my car to learn how to replace the car radio on my particular car. It's a Buick LeSabre, and you have to take the whole front panel off to put the radio in, and it's really stupid, actually. GM, you know how it is. But no, it's amazingly useful. So YouTube on your smartphone is a must-have, and most phones come with it. If you have an Android phone, it comes with YouTube pre-installed. If you have an iPhone, you're going to have to install it, but it's definitely worth the time and the megabytes necessary to keep it on your phone. You definitely are going to want the YouTube app on your phone as soon as possible. It should be one of the first apps you install. If you're on an iPhone, if you're on an Android phone, you've already got it. So that's good for you. Now, another thing that I want to get into is entertainment on the smartphone. Most people nowadays, and I can actually say this with some qualification, there have been studies, most people are cutting free from the whole idea of network television and even cable TV. A lot of people are cutting themselves free from that, especially younger people. People in the 18 to 35 demographic are cutting themselves free of the whole idea of using a television to watch television. You don't need to anymore. You just don't. There's next to no reason to actually watch TV on TV except for live events. That would be the one caveat. And even then, I know a lot of people, and I was one of them, lots of people watch the Super Bowl live streaming on CBS's website. And of course, you could listen to it streaming live on the radio too. We were the exclusive carrier of the Super Bowl on radio. So if you're listening to the Super Bowl on the radio, you were listening to it on Hot News Talk Radio or on the TuneIn Radio app. So pretty cool stuff. But no, lots of people were streaming it online instead of watching it on TV. And television ratings as a result actually went down because of that, because a lot of people were watching it streaming. Very interesting stuff. So the whole television idea, while it's not dying, it's not dead, it's fading away gradually. And that's actually a good thing, because that means more control for the people, more control for us, because we get to control what we watch at what time. That's the most important part. So far as entertainment apps go on your smartphone, Netflix obviously is a must-have. You do have to pay a subscription. It's about $8 a month. It's worth every penny. If you watch television series, especially, it's a must-have. There's a lot of good TV on there. Frasier's on there, which I watch all the dang time. Frasier's on there. You've got Friends, I believe, is still on there. There's Cheers, all sorts of television series, and there's Netflix originals too. Jessica Jones is one everyone's talking about. I haven't seen it, don't really have much interest in watching it, but a lot of people have. Daredevil's pretty good. Lots of original series is on Netflix. What's the plural of series? Is it Siri? I don't know. Siri, maybe. Amazon Instant Video. If you already have a Prime account on Amazon, then Amazon Instant Video is already available for you to watch. So if you already have an Amazon Prime account, you can watch Amazon Instant Video with no additional cost, which is one of the best things about Amazon, is all the features you get when you pay the Prime subscription. It's worth every penny. If you use Amazon regularly and you don't have a Prime subscription, it might be worth looking at, because the savings perhaps are worth what you're paying for in money every year, because you, for the most part, don't actually pay for shipping most of the time. So when that adds up, and a lot of the time you'll end up paying $3.99, $5 for shipping on a lot of items. Imagine you you buy 20 things a year. Right, you're already paying for that cost of Amazon Prime in what you're not paying for shipping. So it does sort of counteract itself. It does pay for itself pretty quickly, actually. And I'm pretty sure I've bought more than 20 things on Amazon already this year. I buy a lot of stuff, not expensive things, but I buy a lot of just little things that I would normally go to the store to get on Amazon, just because it saves me time and it saves me money, and I don't have to run to the store and waste gas on it. So it overall saves me a lot of money. So Amazon Instant and Amazon Prime are must-haves for the constant online shopper. Amazon Music, by the way, Amazon Prime, if you have an Amazon Prime account, you can also listen to Amazon Music for, well, pseudo-free. It's included with the cost of Amazon Prime. If you're into finding new music on the internet, or maybe you've already built up a collection on Bandcamp, then you can listen to it on your phone. Bandcamp has an app, and Bandcamp, but it's BANDCAMP, Bandcamp is a great app for discovering both new music and maybe bands you've already heard of. You can download the Bandcamp app on your phone, and then once you've bought an album or even gotten it for free on Bandcamp, then you can actually listen to it streaming to your phone from the Bandcamp app, meaning that there's a lot of different indie artists on Bandcamp, especially. Lots of vaporwave stuff if you're into that. There's tons of different indie artists and independent blues, and there's all sorts of just people who aren't on any labels for the most part are on Bandcamp. And you can buy the album straight from the source, which is the artist, which is overall better for both you in terms of licensing, in terms of you can share it with your friends, you can stream it live, no problem. You can download it to your phone, you can copy it however you want. And it's better for the artist too, because the artist is getting a direct cut of that money. It's not as lucrative maybe as a $4 million signing deal on Universal or Paramount Records or Disney or anything like that. It's not as profitable as that, or EMI. Ugh. But it is still a great way of sort of passive money for the average artist. So Bandcamp is a great way to stream music to your smartphone from the internet, and you can buy different albums on there as well. SoundCloud, again, in the topic of music, SoundCloud is great for even more indie music. Bandcamp is indie. SoundCloud is like your cousin's garage band in a lot of ways. Now, there are professional artists on SoundCloud. There are a lot, actually. Kanye West puts stuff up on SoundCloud. Lots of very prominent rappers, DJs, just average folks put stuff up on SoundCloud too. So SoundCloud has a big mix of different people using it. SoundCloud is mostly free. I've not seen any paid content on SoundCloud. So there are ads, but everything on SoundCloud is free. Now, you can't download everything, but you can stream mostly everything. The SoundCloud app on your phone is a great way to listen to just stuff. You can do a quick search for, say, ambient music, and then you can listen to ambient music that somebody's made. And it's really simple, really easy, and it's great. There's a lot of royalty-free music on SoundCloud too. Hulu, if you don't have Hulu, what's wrong with you? Hulu is another great way to watch both TV and movies on your phone or on your tablet or on your desktop computer. Hulu has a lot of series that Netflix doesn't have. So if you're finding something that's not on Netflix, it's probably either on Hulu or Amazon Instant. So if you have all three, you can pretty much watch anything on the planet, because now you have Netflix, Amazon Instant, and Hulu, if you're like me. And that doesn't cost you more than, I think that's less than $30 a year. Or $30 a month, not counting Amazon Instant, which costs $99 a year, I believe. So it's about $35 a year, I'm wanting to say. So that's not bad. Sorry, $35 a month, which is not bad. It's definitely better than a cable subscription for sure. And there's also Google Play Music for listening to music. If you have an Android phone, you probably already have Google Play Music installed. Now, you may have tried it before and said that it was kind of bad and then just gotten rid of it. Well, it's gotten better. Google Play Music is incorporating a lot of the features that were on other apps or are on other apps, but it's sort of taking Google's spin on it. So on Google Play Music, you can now listen to, I hate to use the word radio, but that's what they call it. It's pseudo radio. It's curated playlists based on different criteria and analytics and metadata, and it gets weird. But what you can do is it's a lot like Pandora. It's basically exactly the same function as Pandora, and it kind of takes away any reason to have Pandora if you have Google Play Music. What you can do is, all you have to do is say, okay, Google, play such and such, and it'll start playing that artist. Whether you have it or not, it'll start streaming it from Google Play Music, which is actually kind of neat. Like, say I have Brian Eno on my phone, or I don't have Brian Eno on my phone. I can just say, okay, Google, play Brian Eno, and it'll start up a radio station of Brian Eno and music that sounds like stuff Brian Eno happens to do. And other bands too. You can do that with basically any band on the planet. Google Play Music has really obscure stuff on it, even stuff that you've most likely never heard of. There's a lot on Google Play Music because it gets it from everyone who's ever uploaded music to Google. That's the other cool thing about Google Play Music, by the way, just real quick. If you have the Google Play Music Manager desktop app, all you need to do is install that on your computer, point it towards where you store all of your music, and you'll start streaming to your phone for free. There is a limit. I think it's like 30,000 songs, which is way more than most people have. So you can stream all of your music from Google Play all the way over to your phone. And if you have an iTunes library already on your phone, you can link your Google Play Music library with your iTunes library and stream everything from your iTunes library onto your phone with Google Play Music. And you can also get Google Play Music on your iPhone too. So there's next to no reason to not have it. It's the best music app for the smartphone ever. It really is. It's amazing. If you listen to a lot of podcasts, Google Play Music actually is working on incorporating that. Hasn't yet, but it's working on it. You probably listen to podcasts on iTunes. But if you have an Android phone, you're probably wondering how in the world you're going to listen to podcasts. I was that way too when I first got my Android phone. Well, if you get Podcast Addict, you can download and search for podcasts all within the app. You don't have to point it towards any URLs or copy paste RSS feeds or anything like that. All you need to do is search from Podcast Addict, and you'll instantly get results on whatever podcast you're looking for. Like, so you want to listen to 99% Invisible. All you got to do is search for that, download whatever episode you want to listen to, and listen to it that way. You can also stream it straight to your phone too, but I don't have that much data, so I download it and then listen to it on my way to work sometimes. Or sometimes I'll download something else and listen to that, or most of the time I listen to Hot News Talk Radio, but you know how it is. Social media. If you're not on social media, you are actually kind of rare, because most people on the planet are on social media, and that's a weird thing to think about. Most people who exist on the planet Earth are on Facebook, and that's a really odd concept, but it's actually kind of true. I was reading a study the other day, or an article the other day, about what's going to happen when a lot of the people who are on Facebook now start dying off, because it's going to happen inevitably if Facebook sticks around. So what are you going to do with all these, for lack of a better word, dead people who are on Facebook? What do you do with those accounts? Well, Facebook has a system where you can set up memorial accounts, but it's going to be weird and not very cost effective for Facebook to keep these dead people's accounts. So what do you do? It's a question we'll have to answer sometime down the road, but soon. Facebook, anyway, is great for your smartphone, and the Facebook Messenger app has a lot more features than you might have thought. Facebook Messenger has a video calling feature that rivals FaceTime. If you have an Android phone, you don't have FaceTime, which is kind of annoying, because FaceTime is one of those iPhone exclusive things that everyone sort of lords over Android users, like, oh, well, we have FaceTime and you don't. Well, if you have the Facebook Messenger app, you can use FaceTime, and it actually, or not FaceTime, sorry, you can use video messaging, and it looks actually kind of amazing. There's no problem with the video messaging on Facebook Messenger, and most people already have Facebook Messenger, so it's easy and convenient to just video call with the Facebook Messenger app. You can also do voice calls like Skype, which is it's actually really nice, because you don't have to get someone to download another app to voice call you. You can do it all within Facebook, and it doesn't use up any minutes on your phone if you're connected to Wi-Fi. So lots of good benefits of using the Facebook Messenger voice call on, well, Facebook Messenger. Twitter also, by the way, has added a few new features. If you have the Twitter app on your smartphone, there are a few new things that have been added in just the past week. What it does is, you can now send animated GIFs attached to your tweets, all from your smartphone. You can search a catalog of animated GIFs, and I searched for some pretty obscure stuff, and it's all there. So it appears that it's actually gathering it from things which have already been uploaded to Twitter. So it works, it's cool, but it's still kind of interesting how it works. So all you have to do is, when you're sending a tweet, you'll notice in the bottom right-hand corner, there'll be a little black box that says GIF. Tap on that, and you can search for whatever GIF you want, and you can attach it to your tweet. And I think it takes up 20 characters. I think each image takes up 20 characters usually. So Twitter, if you're not on Twitter already, you're kind of missing out. Twitter is a great source for both news, information, and just fun humor stuff. You can follow celebrities on Twitter. Basically, everyone's on Twitter. Twitter is a million times better than Facebook in terms of content, I think. There's next to no reason to not be on Twitter. It's one of the best services out there. And also, we're on Twitter, by the way. If you search for Hot News Talk Radio on Twitter, you'll be able to see us streaming live to Hot News Talk Radio on Twitter. Not streaming live with audio or video, but you'll see all of our tweets streaming to Hot News Talk Radio on the Twitter app. You can also search for Hot News Chat. You'll see local news updates from us here at Hot News Talk Radio as well. So the Twitter app is one that you really kind of have to get. You just need it. You need it now. Get Twitter on your smartphone. Instagram is owned by Facebook, and it's a great way to share photos with your friends. It's basically Facebook, but with exclusively photos. You have to share photos on Instagram. It's good for business. Lots of businesses are on Instagram, particularly restaurants. Restaurants love Instagram, and movies. Movie trailers are on Instagram. You can share 30-second videos. You can share small square photos with people. It's a lot more fun than it sounds. You can also add filters to your photos, which is kind of what made Instagram popular in the first place. That's why Facebook bought it a few years ago. So Instagram is very popular with, especially younger people really like it because you can share a lot of photos and you can pretend to be really artsy, but the Instagram app on your smartphone is really good. Speaking of apps, you need to get the TuneIn Radio app to listen to us here on Hot News Talk Radio. Get the TuneIn Radio app for your smartphone. Search for Hot News Talk Radio. You can listen to us streaming live to your smartphone. That's TuneIn, the TuneIn Radio app on your smartphone, TuneIn, TuneIn, that's TuneIn, the TuneIn Radio app on your smartphone. You can listen to us streaming live to your smartphone on Hot News Talk Radio. And here's a secret. TuneIn generally charges you money to listen to NFL and to listen to NASCAR. And you don't have to do either. You don't have to pay money for either of those things if you listen to Hot News Talk Radio on the TuneIn Radio app. It's all free. Hot News Talk Radio on TuneIn, but don't tell them that we told you that because we might get in a tad bit of trouble. This is AM 1240 Hot News Talk Radio. This is Binary here on Hot News Talk Radio. We're telling you about your smartphone, your apps, what to do with your phone if you've just gotten one, and we're here to help you. Call us 423-800-8949. That's 423-800-8949.
I'm blowing everything up. We're starting over. I'm doing a new show. I want guys who push it to the middle of the table and go over the top. Take a risk, fail miserably. I'm right, and I'm not wrong, and I'll never back down. Conflict works. Allow it.
It's The Herd with Colin Cowherd. Right here and everywhere. Noon Eastern.
You give us 12 minutes and 40 seconds. We'll give you Chattanooga and the world.
News Talk 1240.
NLS 2239. What would you do with all that cash? Listen up, y'all. Ben Phillips here, Home Rate Mortgage, 805-9100. $1,200. That's how much we just put back in a Saudi Daisy family's pocket per month. All they did was pick up the phone. 805-9100. That's 805-9100. Get that quick quote now. 805-9100. HomeRateMortgage.com. NLS 2239. Do you want to achieve the American dream in 2016? Listen up, y'all. I'm Ben Phillips with Home Rate Mortgage, 805-9100. We just helped a police officer purchase his first home in East Brainerd. Now he's grilling and chilling on his back deck. The American dream. You could achieve it with no money down options. Why wouldn't you call? 805-9100, HomeRateMortgage.com.
Hi, I'm Sabrina with Sabrina Realty Associates. Now is a great time to sell your home. In our area, inventory is at an all-time low, which translates into higher sales prices. Call us today at 423-499-7780 to set up a free consultation and discuss our unique and aggressive marketing programs. We will provide you with a free market analysis to determine the right value of your home. Call us today at 423-499-7780 or visit our website at SabrinaRealty.com.
Our house in the middle of our street. Our house.
Sky Aerial Services uses advanced drone technology to give you a better perspective and depth of your property and project. We offer aerial photography and video for your business, farm, home, or advertising campaigns, as well as editing services to complete the experience. Call us at 423-521-0284 and see how we can help you tell your story about your business, property, or project. We work with real estate professionals, both commercial and residential, developers, engineer inspectors, surveyors, ad agencies, auto and boat dealers, mapping services, insurance inspectors, corporate marketing, charity events, weddings, and photographers. Our consultation is free. Call 423-521-0284. That's 423-521-0284, or visit our website, skyaerialservices.com. Sky Aerial Services. The sky is our limit.
On your signature, you can get $150,000. Can you believe that? $150,000 on your signature. Hi, I'm Bruce Krebs with the Entrepreneur Source. There's a program right now that you can get $150,000 on your signature with no pledge of collateral or personal guarantee. Call me at 423-875-5621 to learn more. 423-875-5621. You've been thinking about starting a business? Don't do it on your own. I have a proven track record for the last 13 years, a 96% success rate. I can guide you into a franchise where you will pay yourself through the startup phase with very low or little risk. Call me now. I'm Bruce Krebs at 423-875-5621. And make sure to listen to the Entrepreneur Hour every other Wednesday from 11 to 12 o'clock. Call me now, 875-5621.
You give us 12 minutes and 40 seconds, we'll give you Chattanooga and the world.
News Talk 1240.
AM 1240 Hot News Talk Radio with your Hot News Now update. 3 students from 3 schools arrested in 3 different incidents. A student from East Ridge High School was arrested on Friday after authorities say he assaulted a teacher and then threatened to get a gun and shoot several people at the school. In the second incident, the sheriff's office says that there was a note found on the floor of a hallway at Washington Alternative School making violent threats. 1 suspect was arrested. And in the third case, a note was discovered on a bathroom wall in the girls' restroom at Udowa High School, and the suspect has been arrested in that case as well. A second suspect has been arrested in the Ocoee Street shootout, which injured a 14-year-old boy on February the 21st. Gary Cross had multiple warrants out for his arrest. He was finally hunted down by the Hamilton County Sheriff's Office. He was booked on outstanding warrants at the Hamilton County Jail. The first suspect, Dominique Cal, had already been in custody for several weeks following the broad daylight gun battle. Senators Lamar Alexander and David Perdue took a moment today to remember the legacy of former First Lady Nancy Reagan, who passed away. She was 94. If it's going on in the Tennessee Valley, it's going on Hot News Talk Radio.
You give us 12 minutes and 40 seconds, we'll give you Chattanooga and the world.
News Talk 1240.
Expect some passing clouds with dry and mild weather out there through the afternoon. Highs into the upper 60s tonight. Overnight lows into the mid and upper 40s. Some late fog. For Tuesday, though, some sunshine, feeling more like springtime. Highs into the lower 70s, near 75 later Wednesday. For lunch or dinner, come to Guthrie's, home of the original golden fried delicious chicken finger with their special world-famous sauce. Open daily locations in Trenton, Signal Mountain, and Ringgold. Go get Guthrie's. It's always good. And I'm 1412 Chief Meteorologist Patrick Orr.
On AM 1240 Hot News Talk Radio.
When the weather turns bad, turn to AM 1240 Hot News Talk Radio. On the net, hotnewstalkradio.com. Follow us on Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook. From the Hot News Talk Radio Weather Center. Chattanooga, we've got you covered. When the weather turns bad, the Tennessee Valley turns to Hot News Talk Radio.
Go, 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 go.
You give us 12 minutes and 40 seconds, we'll give you Chattanooga and the world.
News Talk 1240.
11:33. It's a really nice day today, by the way. At Hot News Talk Radio, we're seeing that it is currently 58.8 degrees here at the Hot News Talk Radio Weather Center. And the reason I bring up the Hot News Talk Radio Weather Center is because you want to look at it, don't you? You don't just want to hear about the weather. You want to see it, because mostly for us, we gauge how good the weather is by looking out the window. Well, what if you can't do that? Or what if you want to see what it's like closer to where you are or where you're going to go? Well, if you're going to, say, Chattanooga and you happen to live in Catoosa County like me, well, then, this is why I have no stake in Hamilton County elections. You live in Catoosa County like me, go to the Bloom Sky app and then search for Chattanooga, and you'll be able to see what the weather is like here. And at the end of the day, if you favorite Chattanooga in your locations in the Bloom Sky app, you'll get, at the end of the day, and I mean that literally, at the actual end of the day, you'll get a time lapse of what the weather looked like at that particular day. Really cool feature. And if there's rain, you'll be able to see rain. If there's nice sunny day, you'll be able to see the nice sunny day. And if it's a bad stormy cloudy day, you'll be able to see if it's a bad stormy cloudy day. You'll also get a readout of the temperature, humidity, barometer, all sorts of cool stuff on the Bloom Sky app. That's BLOOMSKY. BLOOMSKY, the Bloom Sky app on your smartphone. You need it, and you need it now. Come on, get it. It's a smartphone app, Bloom Sky. You can search for Hot News Talk Radio, or you can search for Chattanooga, and you'll be able to see what the weather's like here in Chattanooga. Pretty awesome stuff. So you like shopping. You're like me. You like shopping. I think shopping is fun online. It's fun in person, and it's fun in general. Shopping is actually kind of cool if you're shopping for fun things. If it's like groceries, forget about it. Boring, horrible, no. But if you're shopping for fun things like, say, technology, I guess. I like shopping for just little trinkets and things. I like shopping for like little widgets that go with other things. It's fun to me, like accessories. I like that as long as they're under $5. But Amazon, of course, is the primo choice for everyone who shops online. But there are others too. You can go to eBay, of course, so you can buy and sell things on eBay. And actually, eBay is interesting because you can sell things really easily now with the eBay app on your smartphone. If you get the eBay app, it actually has a barcode scanner option, so you can scan whatever item you're going to sell, and it'll come up with the listing and details for you ready, just ready like that, and then you can adjust the condition of the item. Like, say you have a slightly worn baseball bat. If there's a barcode still on it, you can scan that and then add that it's been used a few times and then sell it on eBay. There you go. Say you're selling a guitar. You can say it's been played for several years, and this is the model. Here's a picture of it, and it's slightly worn, but it's in great condition, and it sounds good. And you can sell that on eBay just by taking a photo, listing it, and you're good to go. All you have to do is pay for shipping and then pay for the listing cost on eBay. And again, like I say, you're good to go. Easy way to make money on eBay. So eBay is great for even businesses. You can have a business selling things on eBay. I know people who have businesses, and all they do is they buy and sell things on eBay. I know people who buy things on eBay and then resell them at a higher price and make lots of money doing that. You'd be surprised how many people sell things not knowing what it's actually worth. And eBay is sort of working to curb that, but it still does happen quite a lot, especially with like things that are that were used as movie props, and people will sell them just as they were in real life, and then you can buy it as the item that it was and then sell it as the item that was used in the movie and make tons of money doing that. I know a lot of people who do that, especially with stuff from Blade Runner. There's a particular glassware set that's worth a lot of money, and people just sell it as a glassware set, and then people buy it and then resell it as the glassware set that was used in Blade Runner and make tons of money. But I digress. Google Shopping is another great way to compare prices. That's what I mostly use Google Shopping for, is comparing prices with different online sources, especially with like video cards, which are hugely expensive items, and they depreciate in value really, really quickly. It's really annoying to buy video cards for your computer, but you kind of have to. Google Shopping is a great way to compare prices on those, and sometimes you can even buy one semi-used for a decently good price. eBay is a great place to look for video cards, by the way. Wallapop for selling things locally. Now, you might not think about buying and selling things locally as something that you normally do online, because the internet seems so, funnily enough, disconnected from the local economy. But actually, if you buy and sell things on Wallapop, you can buy and sell things from people here locally. What you do is you just download the app. That's Wallapop. And I know it sounds like some city in Australia, but it's not. Wallapop. It's Wallapop. You can list items for sale. You can buy things from Wallapop, and it's all local. You can arrange to meet and buy with cash. You can arrange to meet and buy with a credit card with Square. You can arrange to meet and just get it for free if you want. There are people giving things away on Wallapop. I see a lot of really inexpensive items there too, like TVs, 50-inch plasma TVs for $100 because they think plasma is not as good as LED for some reason. People sell a lot of stuff on Wallapop. So there's a lot to be had there, and it's definitely worth looking at anyway. Wallapop is great for buying and selling things here locally. You don't even have to get the app if you don't want to. You can actually just go to the website and then search for your local area. Lots of things which are apps will do that for you, where if, say, you go to the Wallapop website on your smartphone, you can sort of try it out there without actually downloading the app, because the mobile site has most of the functionality as the app. So it's sort of interesting thing to note. It's called a web app. But anyway, Walmart has an app too, where you can compare prices on Walmart, and you can scan the barcode of something from another store. And if it's a lower price than what Walmart has, they'll actually recoup you that price and put it on a little rewards card for you. And you can actually kind of make money that way in a sort of a roundabout sense. It's really interesting. It's sort of a rewards card system. Really cool stuff at Walmart. If you happen to shop there a lot, the Walmart app on your smartphone is really good. I know a lot of people shop there to save money on groceries. So Walmart's a really good app for for people who shop at Walmart a lot. Most stores, especially retail chains, have apps, by the way, and they'll alert you to different deals in your area. Like, say, if there's clearance at Dillard's and you have the Dillard's app, then it'll tell you that there's a clearance at this particular Dillard's store, and you can go there and buy gaudy dress pants for $20 cheaper than you normally would. So it's a really good app for that. I think TJ Maxx has an app, and I think Belk has one too. Most big retail chains will. That's just clothing, but say Food City has an app, Ingles has an app, obviously Walmart has one, Food Lion, if you're living near one, has an app, Kroger, I'm pretty sure, has one. Basically every major retail chain has an app. Macy's especially is really pushing its mobile app. So a lot of different retailers have apps. And they're all, honestly, they're worth it to get it if you shop at those particular locations often. Publix has a really good app that you can actually save a lot of money with the Publix app, because you can get coupons that they'll scan for you on the app in Publix, and it's really cool. Lots of stores are doing that now, by the way, because you can scan barcodes on people's phones. So lots of different apps will offer up coupons and rewards and such, and you can have an account just all through your smartphone. Really cool stuff. So it's definitely worth it to get the app for any store that you shop at frequently. Most people don't think about that, but it really is worth your time to get the app for any store that you shop at regularly. And you can save yourself a lot of money that way, find out about deals you didn't know about, find out that you want something you didn't know you wanted, and then spend more money at that store, which is exactly why they want you to get the app. But, anyway. There's also a Craigslist app, obviously. You can download the Craigslist app, and then you can, shop for things on Craigslist, contact users. You can dial them straight from your phone, which is kind of cool too. If you're in the Craigslist app and someone's phone number is there, all you have to do is tap on it to call them, which is a neat feature. So it saves you time having to dial it manually, which is easy to mess up, and you'll get some angry person who hates you because he works night shift and you woke him up, which has happened to me. But yeah, Arms List, if you're buying guns, because I know it's the South, right? We're in Chattanooga. Pretty much everyone has a gun here. We're not alone. Everyone's got a gun. They don't necessarily use it all the time, but most people have firearms of the grandpa's shotgun or whatever. But if you're looking to buy or sell one, Arms List is a great way to do that. You can buy and sell locally. You can meet up and pay cash, which of course is the better option. And it's all private sale, so there's no bothering with FBI nonsense. Just go to Arms List and buy the gun if you want it. Really cool system. For utilities, there's a lot of utility apps out there, and it's sort of hard to it's kind of hard to wade through them all and pick out which one is the best, because there are lots of them. So if you want, say, a utility app, then it gets tough, because say I want a cleaner app. Well, there's like 4 different cleaner apps out there. There's C Cleaner, and then there's CM Cleaner, and then there's Clean Master, which is actually different from CM Cleaner. There's a bunch of different cleaner apps. I tend to use C Cleaner. Now, Clean Master is fine, but I tend to use Clean Master for just cleaning out my cache, getting rid of files that I didn't know I had that I want to get rid of. C Cleaner tends to be really good for that. It's not anything that you can't do manually on an Android phone anyway, but if you're wanting to clear out, say, photos you didn't want, then you can get the C Cleaner app, and it just makes it easier than doing it manually. So it's good for that. Evernote is great for taking notes, good for taking little audio memos, and good for scanning things too. That's kind of the cool thing about Evernote. I'm going to show you this real quick. I'm going to show you through radio. Weird concept, I know. So what you do is I'm going to launch Evernote here real quickly, I should say, so I don't get David Tulis breathing down my neck. Real quickly here, I'll open up the Evernote app, and what you can do with it is you can actually take a picture of a document, and it scans it in there, but it adds a lot of contrast, and it'll actually convert it to text. It's called OCR, or automatic optical something reader, and I can't remember what the S is, but it's optical something reader. Anyway, it's really an interesting technology. So you just go to the plus sign in the lower right hand corner of the Evernote app, and once you've got that open, there should be an option to take a picture. There'll be a camera thing in the upper right hand corner. Tap on that, and then it'll of course open up your camera. All you have to do then is take a picture, and now you've added a picture to your notes, which can be very useful if, say, there are slides, you're taking notes, and there's a picture of a slide, right? Like you're in college, and the professor has a slideshow going on. Then all you have to do is take a picture, and then you can keep on typing. And if you have a Bluetooth keyboard attached to your phone, that makes it even easier. So if you open up the camera option in Add New Note, you'll notice at the left or the bottom, you'll have options. One is business card, one is Post-it, one is camera, and then one's document. You want document if you want to do the OCR thing. So what you do is you get the document in frame, take the picture. Okay, you just heard the camera sound. So it's taking the photo and now it's scanning it with its software. And if you look at it, you can actually look at this document and you'll see that it looks now like you've scanned it. It's very interesting how it works. It looks like you just put it in a flatbed scanner and scanned it, and it has great results. Honestly, it has really good results when you do that. So you can use the Evernote app to scan documents that way, and it adds a really high amount of contrast, and it seriously looks like you just put it in a flatbed scanner. Amazing results with the Evernote app for taking pictures. Google Drive, of course, for files going back and forth from your phone to computer or from computer to computer. The Google Drive app is amazing. It works on Linux, Mac, and Windows. So what I use it for here at work is I have obviously like 4 different computers. We have the production computer. We've got the main one here. I have my personal computer, which is actually my computer, so I can do whatever I want on it. I've got back there. And what I'll do is I have Google Drive installed on the production computer over there. So when I make, say, an ad, all I have to do is drag it into the Google Drive folder on that computer, go over to my computer, and then drag it from the Google Drive folder onto my desktop, and then I can edit it and do whatever I need to with it. Very useful. It's almost instantaneous. It's just great. And if you have Google Docs on your phone, you can access all those files with no problem. Say you've uploaded an MP3, you can actually stream that MP3 from Google Docs to your phone, and it's virtually seamless. Another great thing about it is you can have PDFs in Google Drive, and you can actually have that PDF stored in Google Drive, and you can view it on your phone without taking up extra memory. So you don't have to download a PDF to your phone to view it, which is great for manuals. If you're reading a book, it's great for gaming, especially. I play tabletop games with my friends sometimes, and I use that to just read the manual, flip through it real quickly, read the rules, whatever. Great for that. Lots of tabletop games, by the way, that you buy online are going to come as in PDF form. So keep that in mind. You can use that with Google Drive, and you can view it super easily. If you shop a lot in person, not online, the All Out of Milk or Out of Milk app is great for compiling a quick shopping list, and you can add items that are that you're commonly buying every week, like milk. You know, you can add that to a common list, and then you can quickly add that just by tapping on it to any list. And you can have separate lists for stores. And if you constantly buy the same things over and over and over again, you can actually save a list and then just use it again every week, which makes things really easy. And it's easier than carrying around a sheet of paper that you're going to forget at home. You're most likely not going to forget your phone at home. So you can use your phone then as your shopping list without having to worry about taking another item to the store with you, which gets confusing sometimes. So yeah, something I want to talk about real quickly, because we're nearing the end of our discussion before we go into Colin Cowherd, who's coming up, by the way, at 12 o'clock here on Hot News Talk Radio. Definitely listen to Colin Cowherd right after CBS News. Something that's just come out that might be interesting to you. Six Flags now has virtual reality roller coaster rides. And this was just so cool, I couldn't not talk about it. So Facebook actually owns stock in this. It's a new Six Flags virtual reality headset that you wear at Six Flags, and it feels like you're on a roller coaster ride even though you're not, which basically negates all risk ever from roller coaster rides. But it says when passengers venture into some of Six Flags' most popular rides, they'll be kitted out with Samsung Gear VR headsets, and they'll feel the heart-pumping adrenaline of twists, turns, and steep drops, which will work in tune with each ride's sensors, gyroscopes, and accelerometers. So users will still be physically on a roller coaster as usual, but the headsets will add extra sensory experiences. So when you're wearing these headsets and you're going around on the roller coaster, you'll see things flying around you, for example. Samsung and Six Flags will launch these new VR roller coasters as soon as this month, with season pass owners in Arlington, Texas getting a preview of the Shockwave as early as March the 10th. But this technology leads to potentially people going on roller coaster rides in their own living rooms. If you have one of these, say, shock chairs that will jerk you around, then you can actually wear a VR headset and it'll feel just like you're on a roller coaster ride in real life, except you're kind of not, which takes us one step closer to the Matrix, which is either a good thing or a bad thing. It depends on your perspective. It's technology. It's a tool. And that's something to keep in mind. And that's sort of one argument I want to leave you with is technology is just a tool. Smartphones seem daunting. And for some people they are, but they are just a tool. They are only tools. Smartphones, computers, tablets, whatever, they're not bad or evil or good or great in and of themselves. There's nothing about the item that is moral. There's no moral implication of this particular item. What is moral or what has implications is how you use this tool, like a hammer. You can build a church with a hammer, or you can kill your friend with it. You know, a hammer is just a hammer. It doesn't do anything other than exist. It's you that makes the item do what it does. And smartphones are much the same way. Smartphones don't really have any implication other than what they can be used for. They can be used for great stuff, or they can be used to cyberbully some teen, and that's not very good at all. So smartphones are just tools. There's nothing to be scared about with them. There's nothing to be worried about. They are only tools, and they're designed to be easy to learn. That's the best thing about them, is they're designed to be easy to learn. And if you're worried about getting a smartphone, you're worried about not being able to learn it. I didn't think I could learn guitar either, but I'm getting better and better as the days go by, and I'm learning with my smartphone. So if I can learn guitar, you can learn how to use a smartphone. It really is that easy, and it's something that I never thought I'd be able to do, but I can. So if you use your smartphone, then you can, if you learn how to use your smartphone, I should say, then you too can be just as proficient as anyone else. It's really an amazing technology, and you'll be addicted to it immediately. Not in a bad way, but you'll realize the usefulness and the utilitarian aspect of it in just 5 seconds. It's instantly useful. David Tulis, as an example, from Nooganomics and from Nooganomics.com, from the David Tulis Show, he didn't have a smartphone for a long, long time. He didn't really see the benefit to having one, but we got him one, and the owner of the station actually made him get a smartphone. So you're going to get this smartphone, you're going to use it, and after a week, I guarantee you'll be hooked. And guess what? He was, and he's not a very tech-savvy guy. That's not a bad thing. It just is what it is. He's not a very tech-savvy guy, but he's using the smartphone. He's not having many problems with it, and it just works. If he can do it, you can do it. I can do it. You can do it. It's all easy stuff. Smartphones are great. By the way, if you want to get news on your smartphone, the Feedly app is amazing for getting news from all sorts of different sources. I use it for getting it from Ars Technica, The Verge, all sorts of different tech sites, Zero Hedge for finances, ZDNet for more tech, CNET, of course, all sorts of different tech sites I use on Feedly, local news sites as well. And, of course, also financial and national news I all get on Feedly. The cool thing about Feedly is if you have a Feedly account, you can log into it from your computer, and you'll be able to access all of your news stories that way there too. So if you have a Feedly account on your phone, you can get the same information on your computer without having to download anything extra. Very cool stuff. Feedly is a great app for that. And of course, the Google app itself. If you're on an iPhone, you probably don't have the Google app, but you should definitely get it. It makes searching that much easier. You can search with your voice just like people on Android are doing. It just works very, very well. Very smooth experience. It's just great overall. So the Google app on your smartphone is something that you need to get ASAP. It works amazingly well. It's just a great app overall. And it can tell you all sorts of different things like this. Okay, Google, what's the temperature like in Chattanooga?
It's 58 degrees in Chattanooga right now.
See, you can use it for all sorts of great things. The Google app is one of the best apps you can get on your smartphone. It opens up the gateway to a lot of other things. This is Binary here on Hot News Talk Radio. Colin Cowherd coming up next, right after CBS News.